Let's talk about a team that would actually probably really benefit from having Chewbacca on there. And this is a quote from their
Every team.
coach. Yeah, every
Every
team
team.
could. Yeah, I mean every team could. But this is a quote from their coach. The U.S. will not win the cup unless they play the best games of their life for the entire tournament.
Isn't that what? Isn't that most teams though? This is the World Cup we're talking about, right? The
No,
big
no,
deal.
the best game of their lives for the entire career. I mean match. I mean Argentina, teams like Brazil, England. I'm missing a bunch. Spain is number one this year, I believe. Germany. Those teams don't have to play the best games of their life. They just have to play good games of their life throughout the tournament.
Apparently.
And when your coach is telling you that you have to play the best game of your life for 7 games in a row, yeah, there's not really high hopes, I wouldn't say, going into this tournament for the U.S. men's.
I don't know. It could be one of those kind of rallying cries. He's saying that for one that they can do it, and our coach is usually supposed to say, "Hey, let's go out there and play the best games we've ever done." Especially
But
on.
he started
this
out the
scale.
statement saying the U.S. cannot win the World Cup. So.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So Jurgen Klinsmann, yeah, that's a fearless leader right there. But we have some developments going on. Everybody in the world has heard about this. But Landon Donovan, probably the best men's player for the U.S., is not going to be making the trip. He's a little old. Klinsmann is kind of going more towards a youth movement, trying to get some of these players. Like there's this one German player. He's half German, half American, and he could either play for the German national team or the U.S. team, but he's only 18, so he would never make it onto the German team. But the U.S. is trying to get him for when he's like 25, 26, 27, and in the prime of his career, so they're throwing him on the roster instead of Donovan. So that's pretty interesting right there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, actually. Essentially losing our best players because of age, trying to get in these other guys last minute. Yeah, I mean, I can see why the coach doesn't have the best confidence this year, especially when you look at who you have to compete against. I mean, Brazil always comes big, and now they have home advantage. Even though things have been a little rocky in Brazil for the last really couple years now.
Yeah, well.
This is a big deal
Olympics
for
aren't
them.
happening there. But yeah, I mean, even though it's really not making a lot of the social unrest down in Brazil, and if you don't know about that, check out what a favela is and see why people in Brazil aren't very happy that they're spending all this money on soccer rather than their own infrastructure. But that's another story for another day. Really, we're talking about the U.S. here. And yeah, so the U.S. is in a group, and every World Cup, they always call one of these groups the group of death. It's where the draw just makes the teams in there, any one of those teams is likely to come out. And you have the U.S. is in the group of death this year with number 2 ranked Germany, number 4 ranked Portugal, number 37 ranked Ghana, which is not a huge ranking, but let's just remember, I believe that Ghana has knocked us out of the past 2 World Cups, so not good for us. I mean, we're going to be playing against the likes of Ronaldo, so it'll be fun for U.S. citizens to watch some of these games, but we will get killed in every single one of them. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, when was the last time we made it to the semifinals?
Semifinals, I don't know. Quarterfinals 2 World Cups ago, I think, but semifinals, yeah, not so often.
The last big time I remember for us for soccer was actually was the women's cup. However long ago it was that we actually won. That was
women are pretty beast.
That was still some time ago.
Yeah, I believe that was 6 years ago, last time the women won the World Cup. But the women always they never disappoint. It's the men that, and now we can't really blame them that much. Number one, our pro league here is considered like even below minor leagues for most countries. Number two, all our best athletes go to other sports. I mean, think about Adrian Peterson. That guy would be a phenomenal soccer player. If he grew up playing soccer and got that foot dexterity, he would just run over people on his way to the goal. I mean, there'd be nobody who could stop him. I mean, think about some of these athletes. LeBron James playing soccer. Who's going to mess with that buddy? Nobody. Because he's LeBron James.
You know what I think it is? See, the U.S. decided to take on exactly what soccer is called everywhere else. We decided to take on football. We just decided that wasn't the football that we were going to dominate in.
We're like, we're gonna get football, but not the one you're all thinking of. That would be a good diversionary tactic. We are the best at football. What are you talking about? Come on, world. Huh? Huh?
It's true though. We are the best at football.
So hey, but yeah, and it's almost sad for the world that the U.S. isn't better at this sport, because think about all the money generated from all our other sports leagues. If soccer were to replace like maybe basketball or baseball, think about how more prestigious the whole world would think this is. But yeah, I'm not really down with these one scoring, one to two, or whenever you can tie in a sport. There's a real problem here in the United States. Like hockey used to be able to tie, and they got rid of that. There's no ties. We don't believe in ties. It's like kissing your sister.
Well,
It just doesn't
to be
count.
fair, you can tie in football too, in
Well, you
American football.
can, but like
It
when does that's
happens
happened
like
once?
it happens like once every few years,
Once
or
every like
two
decade.
days, whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not a big fan of the ties. Like in basketball, you just keep going until someone wins. That's baseball, same thing. You just keep going until someone wins. Football should be keep going until someone wins, but what can you do? Um, so yeah, I guess let's go U.S. soccer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Although
you know
to be
what?
fair, in American football, anytime there is a tie, everyone is pissed on all sides.
Sure.
So we don't accept it very well there.
Yeah.
Unlike it is accepted more in soccer. So
Yeah. So yeah, let's go U.S. soccer team. And next week I'll be giving you a couple matchups, since we're all ignorant soccer people here in the United States. And now, if you are really knowledgeable about soccer, don't be like, hey man, I know soccer. I'm from the U.S. 99% of the U.S. does not know soccer. So come on, give me a break. Come on. Come on.
maybe a little bit more now.
All right,
But if you do know
95% of the
soccer,
country.
hey, but still, if you do know soccer, let us know down below what you think, how big you think it is in the U.S. or whatever country you're listening from. Hey, if you're listening from somewhere else, let us know.
Yeah. And you know what? I will be next week throwing out some of the games that pique my interest, like a Germany-Portugal matchup. Happens to be in the group of death. That'll be really cool. Number 2 versus number 4. I believe England and Italy play sometime in there. So I'll give you a couple matchups to keep your eye on for the first round. But let's move it on to the next subject, and that is the